Oh, hello everyone. I hope you're all well. It's Susie again from Esoteric Trading Solutions. Please be kind to yourself. Live the life that you want to live. Be kind to your family and friends. Be kind to your animals. Please be kind just to people you don't even know. Try and make this world a better place. It really, in a world where people don't tend to talk to each other, we have a lot of communication systems, and people tend to not talk to each other anymore. They SMS. I'm pretty old-fashioned and I talk to people, so please all look after yourself and do the right thing. Today I just want to mention I don't know why this is not working. It's strange. My face up here, it's all blurred for some reason. I suppose it doesn't matter. Today I just wanted to mention I'm going live next week on chat, but I'm not doing it by myself because I'm a bit scared. I'm going to do it with KJ Joseph on his chat channel. So that'll be next Thursday, next week sometime. He'll put that on his event schedule. And we're obviously going to talk about financial markets and Ripple and XRP and how XRP is for everyone. Everyone has a settlement problem, everyone. It's not just a banking coin, it's for the whole world, and it's for me, you, and everyone. We all get our money late, our cash flow, we never get our money on time. The banks hold our money for days on end. Even when you're waiting for your money from your boss, you're waiting for money from anyone, you won't get that money for 2 or 3 days. If you're making a payment to someone, it leaves your bank account and it'll go to someone else, and when you call them, they won't actually get it for 4 or 5 days. So XRP is a coin for everyone. It's not just a banking coin, it's basically for everyone. So really important to understand that. Just wondering why this thing's not working. I need to check this. Won't be a sec. I don't know, my camera's not working for some reason, but that's unfortunate. So look out for that live chat. That should be quite entertaining, and have your have your questions, whatever you want. Basically it'll be on CKJ's chat line, and I just want to get used to it because I don't know what to expect, and he told me you need moderators and that sort of thing as well, so that's all a bit scary. But yeah, we'll see how we go on that. But look, we will talk about obviously financial markets. We'll talk about the interlinks between financial markets. We'll talk about how Ripple's technology is amazing. It is absolute best of breed technology. You don't get anything better than that. We'll talk about obviously if it's designated as security or if it's not. We'll talk about that it's a coin for everyone, simply because the global world, there's a population of 7.1 billion people, and of that 7.1 billion people, 4.1 billion live in poverty. But the interesting thing about that is most people, even if they do live in poverty, do have a mobile phone. So if you go to Africa, in places in Africa, they may not have a grocery store or a milk bar or a dentist or something, but they all have a phone, and that means they can basically transact using Ripple's technology and using XRP. XRP is for everyone. It's for the man, the woman, the child. Everyone wants to get their money straight away, instantly, and XRP can do that. People that say it's a banking coin and only a banking coin, they're just being ridiculous, because everyone can use XRP. That's the whole point. Now, I wanted to talk about the professional markets and the retail market. And I wanted to sort of talk about that because I've had a couple of clients ask me, if XRP was designated as security, what does that mean? Now, the silly cryptocurrency market as it stands, it's full of young bucks, under 25 years of age, 18 years of age, on YouTube, giving, some sort of general advice, whatever it might be, and they haven't lived life and they don't know anything. The market is full of 25-year-old young people, and there's nothing against young people, but they just don't have the experience, and they don't know, what's going on. They don't know how to value cryptocurrency at all, and they think that because something is designated as security, it's going to be bad for the market, and they're going to sell down the market, the cryptocurrency market, which at the moment is acting like a retail market. And what I mean by a retail market is basically it's full of mums and dads and kids that don't have any professional backing, haven't done an economic degree, haven't done a finance degree, haven't done a quantitative analysis degree, haven't done a mathematical degree, haven't done, how to financially price up securities or how to financially price up equities or anything, or bonds, or don't know financial models and don't know financial maths. Okay, and that's why the retail market as it stands, which is the cryptocurrency market, it's the retail market, doesn't know how to properly give a valuation to coins and tokens. So what we find in this market is things like EOS, things like NEO, things like IOTA, many other coins that don't work in terms of the technology, where they're offline or they've got problems. Take, for example, NEO with the key ICO. It was an absolute disaster. NEO's technology did not work for 8 hours. It was an absolute disaster, and it was the worst ICO in 2018. NEO has 7 to 9 nodes, and they were offline and down for about 8 hours with that ICO that took place in January. It was an absolute disaster. Okay, now, again, NEO got up to $150 and now is down to $30. This market, which is the retail market, is giving valuation to cryptocurrency, the high valuations that should not be there, okay? Should not be there. The valuations are just ridiculous, okay? Because they don't have many clients, they don't make any money, and their technology doesn't work. In no other market in the world, equity market, bond market, corporate bond market, foreign exchange, no other market will have a high value on something when the business has no earnings and has no revenue and the technology doesn't work or the business is broke. It's just ridiculous. And that's what I mean by the retail current cryptocurrency market as it stands. There are no professionals in this market giving proper valuations to coins or tokens that work. So subsequently, what you find in this market is coins and tokens that don't work, that have low volume, are going up on low volume with no business substance behind them or no revenue behind them, and they're giving these coins and tokens a valuation ridiculous, where they've got a market value of, say 150 billion or something, and there's no substance behind them. It's like the business is broke. You do not give a valuation to something of 150 per coin or token when the business doesn't generate any revenue or income and the technology does not work. Even when the technology sits on another platform like Ethereum or NEO and it doesn't do anything, you cannot give it a valuation of where it is. And that shows me this cryptocurrency market is full of juveniles and kids just out of nappies and out of high school that rev this market up with no idea of how to price value. Now, in terms of particularly Ripple the technology works. They have revenue in the bank, billions of dollars. They have no debt. They are a private company. Again, I've said this, if they went on the stock market, that share would list as a fortune. XRP is the coin that works in their technology system. Now, Garlinghouse says XRP stands alone, separate from Ripple. Now, that's true because it trades on the cryptocurrency market. So, in some ways, that's correct. If Ripple, the company, went bust, the XRP would trade alone on the cryptocurrency market. That's right, on the secondary exchange. But in saying that, over time, XRP would lose its value because the technology behind XRP would not be maintained, would not be best of breed if Ripple went broke, and the technology eventually would be outdated and it wouldn't work. You see what I'm saying? So there is a link there. And like with any other coin and token, of course, there's a link to the technology. Now, if the company or the foundation go broke, you have no developers working on the technology, you can't afford to pay them, the coin goes to zero, they get no value out of the coin, and there's no revenue to pay the developer. For the longevity of that coin or token, it will not be longevity. I can't say that word, longevity. The company or the foundation will go broke and the technology will be let go. There'll be no more additions on GitHub, no more open protocol where you can see changes and things fixed. Like if there's problems with IOTA or anything else, or Ethereum where they've had this multi-currency signature problem in their wallets, nothing gets fixed, and so everything stops and it gets hacked, gets subject to hacks. As the hackers get better, get much more professional, and the technology is not updated or maintained. Okay. So in the retail market at the moment, the valuations are just stupid. They value coins and tokens that have no businesses, no revenue, no developers behind them, no product, no market viable product at high rates, high levels, and they value things with clients and revenue and income at low levels like XRP. They value things like EOS, which again's had a lot of trouble at $8 or $9 or $18. They value things like NEO that got to 150. They value other coins like SAN that got to $8. And you check out its market viable product and it is crap. Garbology. Okay? So that's why this market is full of retail idiots. I shouldn't say idiots, sorry, I'm trying to be nice these days. Sorry, full of retail people that have no background or no experience and don't know how to value anything and don't know anything about financial mathematical portfolios. So when you talk to a professional like myself about the retail market, our definition of that is anyone that only has investable funds of under $250,000, has no professional experience, doesn't know anything about markets, doesn't know anything about foreign exchange, doesn't know anything about the interlinks between financial markets and how they work, or the banks, or the banking system, or the settlement system. And the cryptocurrency market is like that. So you have mums and dads in there, you have retail people that work in, they could be a cook, they could be, a baker, they could be, a builder, a labourer, whatever. They don't have financial market background like I do. They haven't been in the market for 35 years. They don't have the technical know-how. They don't have the educational. I've got 3 or 4 degrees, at master's level and a higher. They don't have that background. When we talk about the professional market is anything from 5 million to 100, 200, 300 billion, right? And we do large transactions in volume. We do valuations. We intricately know the company and the technology and the coin and all the equity and all the bond, and we price things accordingly. Just like the equity market, we go through the balance sheet, we go through the cash flows, we go through the forward estimates, we go through the clients they have, we go through their expenses, we go through their management ratios, we go through their debt to equity ratios. We look at everything. And we value all those cash flows and bring them back to net present value. And when we bring them back to net present value, we put a target price on that security or that token or whatever it is, like I did with my Ripple XRP target price, because we look at all the cash flows, the money that's coming in, the forward contracts of IT, which are long contracts and worth a fortune. And we look at the prospects that they are looking at going forward that they're going to put on as a client base, and with revenue coming into the business. And those cash flows are worth money, a lot of money. It's like you in business and you've got, you're a builder and you've got, building work that you've got to do for the next 6 months. All that is money coming to you. It's going to go to your bank account. That is worth money, right? So in the professional market, we know how to value things, and we know when things are profitable and when things are not. As it stands in this market, the cryptocurrency market, it's controlled by retail people, and they have no idea what they should be buying and what they should be selling, because you don't buy things that are valueless. You don't buy things that sit on other people's technology and they have no value themselves, right? And they have no competitive advantage. For example, NEO, again, got valued $150 per coin, has no competitive advantage, doesn't even get exposure to China, it doesn't work, and the technology is terrible. And yet XRP, the technology is amazing. It's the best of its breed, and yet everyone values the thing in the retail market. They put it at 40 cents. It is stupid. It is dumb. And it shows you the inexperience currently in the cryptocurrency market, which is controlled by mums and dads and kids, right? As I said, the professional market is made up of fund managers, i.e. BlackRock, that has, funds under management of something like $8 trillion, one of the biggest fund managers in the world, i.e. Fidelity, $5 trillion, one of the big fund managers in the world, that manage your superannuation investment money. We can go on and on. Hedge funds that control $1 billion. These are the professional players in the market. Sovereign wealth funds. Okay, sovereign wealth funds are the big funds where the government puts their excess money. Norway has the biggest sovereign wealth fund in the world. The biggest sovereign wealth fund in the world, because the government was very smart with their oil receipts, where they sold oil receipts. They basically invested that money in the professional markets and made more money. So look, we'll be talking about this going forward. Also, the retail market thinks that if XRP is designated as a security, they're going to sell it down. Now, the retail market is pretty silly, because that shouldn't be the case, okay? They think it's bad if it's designated security because it's got, a few lawsuits against it. It's not a big deal. The reality is, if XRP is designated as security, it will open up a new client base to XRP, the professional client base of the huge money managers, the huge fixed interest bond portfolios like BlackRock, the huge equity fund managers like Fidelity, the huge foreign currency players, all sorts of people. It will open up a new client source to XRP, and ultimately it'll be good for XRP. The professional market will value XRP properly, not like this silly retail market. Okay, so look, we will be talking about this next week. I want you guys to have a think of some questions. It should be an interesting interaction. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to doing it with CJK, and I don't want to do it by myself because I didn't know you had to have moderators and all this sort of thing. But look after yourself, guys. Please be kind to yourself. Be kind to your friends and family. Be kind to your animals always. And be kind just to anyone, because you don't know what people are going through. Honestly, everyone's going through their own stuff. So please be kind to everyone and just make this world a better place. Seriously. Thanks, guys. I hope you're all well. See ya.